If you're a Muslim entrepreneur and you've been struggling with burnout or with really sustaining yourself in being consistent when working on your business and putting in those long hours that your business requires sometimes and really getting to the level that you want because you're constantly feeling unmotivated, burnt out, low energy, I want to share with you a secret that I like to call the Muslim Trifecta in this video. And this secret has allowed me to sustain high energy levels throughout years of hard work and dedication and consistency when working on multiple businesses, and really allowed me to be where I am today, alhamdulillah. And I'm going to share it with you today so you can implement it in your life as well. Let's go. Assalamu'alaykum Ummahpreneurs, and welcome back. My name is Abi Al-Asmar. If this is your first time watching a video on our Ummahpreneur channel, we release videos like this every single week to help Muslim entrepreneurs on their journey to building profitable and halal businesses and really on their journeys towards success and financial freedom. So if that sounds like you, go ahead and click that subscription and notification bell below so you can stay tuned on all the videos that we put out. And now let's talk about the topic of today, which is the Muslim Trifecta. And the way that I want to start this discussion is by sharing with you one very simple sentence. The strong Muslim is the one that strikes a balance between the needs of his body, his mind, and his soul. And the Muslim Trifecta is being able to strike that balance in your life and really approaching these three key areas in your life with intention, right? And throughout my years of entrepreneurship, as my business has continued to grow, alhamdulillah, it has required of me more and more effort, more and more dedication, more and more focus. And there were many times in my journey where I was close to burnout, where I was feeling fatigued, I was feeling like I wanted to give up and let everything go. But if it wasn't for really maintaining these three key areas in my life, this Muslim Trifecta that I'm going to share with you today, I would not be here standing in front of you today, recording this video. So what is the secret? What is it that you should focus on as an entrepreneur, as an individual really, that wants to achieve any form of success in life? What is it that you should be focusing on to really achieve that level of success? Because you might think that, you know what, if I want to be a doctor, I just need to make sure that I do really good on my exams. If I want to be a successful entrepreneur, I just need to really make sure that I know the best marketing strategy. If I want to be an amazing runner, I need to make sure that I have the best shoes. But that's actually not it. What really makes you the best, no matter what you do, is really taking care of these three key areas in your life, which is your mind, your body, and your soul. And no matter what you do, you will be able to be successful when taking care of these three key areas. So let's start with the body. This body that we have as Muslims, we know that it is an amana, meaning it is a trust. It is a gift given to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we must take care of and cherish. And so many people treat their bodies like garbage dumps. They eat bad food, they eat tons of sugar, they don't work out. They honestly treat it like it's disposable and it doesn't matter. And then they wonder why they have low energy, they have no motivation, and they can't sit down and work on a computer for more than 30 minutes without feeling like they want to distract themselves with social media. Taking care of your body is so important because it gives you the energy to sustain yourself in whatever activity you're doing. So a few tips that have worked for me that I want to share with you in terms of how to take care of your body, for me has been really eating and drinking moderately. My routine pretty much looks like waking up, praying Fajr, and then hitting the gym. And then when I come back home, I have a very small meal, usually a protein shake, or maybe even just some water. And then I sit down and I work for a couple of hours. And once the clock hits 12 p.m. in the afternoon, then I get up and I have lunch, or as I like to call it, brunch, because it's breakfast and lunch at the same time. I don't really like to have a big breakfast because your digestive system slows you down when it's busy digesting food. So if you're waking up and you're having a really big breakfast and you want to start your day and you want to be focused and sharp, that's going to slow you down. It's going to fatigue you because your body is busy using up all of your energy to digest your food. So what has worked best for me and what I recommend for you to try out is working out first thing in the morning, waking up and going for that run, going for that walk, going to that gym, and really doing that workout in the morning so that you can then come home, you have a small breakfast, and you're ready to start your day with a full battery. You're energized and you're ready to go. Another tip that I can give you when it comes to taking care of the body specifically is that you want to exercise regularly. It means whenever you can, you want to get moving. And it doesn't just mean that you have to go lift weights or you have to go to classes or you have to pay for a gym. But even if you have the chance to go on walks, to go and play a certain sport, or do an activity that you enjoy that gets you moving, at least you want to increase your heart rate. You want to get your blood pumping through your veins, and that wakes you up, that gives you that dose of energy that you need to go through your day. The second key area that we must always work to optimize in our lives with intention as Muslims is the mind. And we must always seek to increase our knowledge in all aspects of life in this dunya, as well as all aspects of the deen. And the Prophet ﷺ tells us that seeking knowledge is an obligation upon every single Muslim. And so seeking knowledge in matters of the deen are extremely important for us to understand our religion and how we should operate as individuals and Muslims in our society, in our world today, and especially as business owners, for those who are watching this that are entrepreneurs. And for me, one thing that I really love to do is really be very intentional about what I'm currently lacking in certain skills or areas or knowledge that I need to know to further my goals. And then I will go out and seek that specific knowledge while ignoring everything else. Because if you're trying to absorb knowledge randomly and arbitrarily from everywhere, then you're not going to really master anything. And as they say, a jack of all trades is a master of none. The way that I like to approach the optimization area of the mind is to really focus on what I need to know right now in my business. What kind of skill do I need to develop or acquire? And then focusing on developing and acquiring that skill, whether it's by reading books, whereby working with mentors, getting coaches to help me optimize that area of my business and myself, and also in terms of the deen as well, understanding what are the areas in my deen where I feel like I could improve and strengthen that knowledge so I may be a better Muslim and a better entrepreneur. And that falls in line with the third key area of the Muslim trifecta, which is the soul, ar-ruh. And very closely tied to it is the heart as well. Because when you take care of your soul, you take care of your heart. And the state of the heart is the state of your soul. When your heart feels anxious, when it feels depressed, when you feel like you're constantly in a dark place and thinking dark thoughts, most of the time it's because you're not taking care of your soul. And for me specifically, what I have found in my own personal life is that when my connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is weak, when I'm not taking care of performing my ibadahs with khushu', with concentration, with thoughtfulness, and not taking care of my morning du'as and the things that I normally do to really keep that cord strong, that cord that ties me to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, keep it strong. What happens is I start to experience these third degree consequences in my life where I start to feel a bit more anxiety in my business. I start to feel a little bit more stressed out and anxious. And what I've seen to work for me in that area is to have a certain set of non-negotiables. And these are non-negotiables, which for me, what it essentially means is that no matter how busy I am in my business, no matter how busy life gets, these non-negotiables, these are areas that I will never compromise on. And part of these non-negotiables, of course, are the obligations, which are the 5 daily prayers. It's also for me the morning wirid, which is the morning du'as that you recite. And I like to recite them on my way to the gym. And there's a few other things that I like to focus on personally for me that help me keep that iman strong, keep that cord tied to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and really help me in terms of taking care of my soul and making sure that it is nurtured. However, to be completely candid with you, in this stage in my life right now as an entrepreneur, my business takes up so much of my time, my focus, and my attention. And so I actually am not able to invest as much time and attention as I would like to towards activities that nurture my soul. However, I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts this work that I'm doing with Ummahpreneur and everything else that we are working on right now as a form of ibadah as well, as a form of worship, and that He accepts this intention from me to be able to serve other Muslims as a way to bring me closer to Him as well, inshallah ta'ala. And so for you specifically, think to yourself, how can you keep that cord strong with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How can you insert in your life a set of non-negotiables? And more importantly, how can you approach your work as a form of worship? How can you set an intention that every day that you come to work, that you work on your business, you're doing this to serve others and thus to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And hopefully your work will also be counted as worship, inshallah ta'ala. Ultimately, what you need to know is that the mind, the body, and the soul are not separate entities. They are all part of one single system, and that system is you. A healthy body allows for a healthy mind, and a healthy mind allows for a healthy soul. And when all of these three areas of your life are healthy, this is when no matter what goals you set for yourself, no matter what achievements you want to pursue, you will be sure to be successful, inshallah, because those three key areas are the biggest difference makers in your life. And if you enjoyed this video, I want you to let me know in the comments which area you feel like you're struggling with and where you need help, and I'll give you some of my tips and some of my pointers, inshallah. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. We release a video like this every single week. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Assalamu'alaykum Ummahpreneurs.